we will get a little bit more information as things go on. Maybe Flux having something to prove here, showing us some of the success that they bring to the table, and well, so far so good.
Yeah.
Instant tap right there under Ryu, able to knock him out of the server quickly, but Gizmi offering up the trades, and a very diligent clear out of Afro, still covering his bases. So a wall of smokes giving them access for a plant here. Are they going to move past it? The kill's flowing through, but a bomb is snuck into B, and Afro's still in between them here. Soulfly going to jump to rotate, it seems like, and at least try and lock in the digits over there on the B side, but this is a very separated post plant now.
Afro and Haji just waiting to greet Soulfly, who's slowly but surely working his way towards this B site. There's only one player on the B site proper right now, that's Haji, but eventually Afro's just going to come in from connector. This is a really tough retake for Soulfly because he has no idea there's going to be a player con. He probably won't expect it at all because he's looking towards the site and yeah, doesn't even have a clue where they're located. Haji will get the last, and it's 1-0 for Monte. It's still relatively CT-sided, I would say.
Yeah, I feel like initially it was pretty T-sided here, but CTs have been able to take care of control a lot more consistently in TCon in particular, and that, as we could just see put on display for the side of Flux, very strong for them. Banjo almost caught on a rough timing right there, clearing out every which corner, but stabilizes there and takes the right direction to hold his crosshair. Yeah, TCon control for me has been the biggest way I think I've seen CT sides really get a handle on things more effectively. When the utility looks as good as it does right now for Train, it's going to be very hard to get out of TCon for a lot of teams now, so I think it's making it more CT-sided.
Well, Haji does get one here onto Dougie as Gizmi's working around Pop Dog. Molotov going to sail out. Soulfly guarding a bomb train. Peeking around repeatedly, but Monte's taking their time here. They're trying to make it work with 43 seconds left on the clock. Gizmi slowly but surely moving up. Oh, Soulfly spotted him. Should be dead. No! Manages to slip away, but eventually you have to imagine that this is going to favor Flux, right? Banjo looking down at E-Box, and he will get that headshot onto Gizmi. So there you go. Only Haji left, and I mean, he does have the bomb in his back, but he's in such a tough spot that eventually he will fall. Even though that first one that he was shooting at was Maze, thought he would get that one, but he doesn't. Yeah, I mean, already here in A main, Ryu's going to have a couple of players to deal with. Soulfly gets one, pause the other. Afro comes out, misses the op shot. Now he's really exposed. Soulfly going to throw the smoke. And they still do manage to take control of the space here. Afro going for that typical boost here. Should see Soulfly. No, the smoke just barely guises his retreat.
Still got 30 seconds or so, but they got to really get a move on. They've still yet to shift into high gear. Good off angle from Banjo. Captures some damage on the Haji. Exposes his position, but Molly burns out Gizmi. He can't even make it out of TCon with the utility, and there's just no time. Sitting and waiting. The kills could come through. Afro just needs one more. He finds it. Winning through elimination right there will save them all of the strife.
All right, there's a smoke at the very least. Thrown for Khan. And Haji walks around, gets the headshot onto Dougie. Banjo only gets one before he's traded himself. Now Soulfly getting one back for himself. It's still an advantage in favor of Monte. Maze and Soulfly in the exact same angle. The nade could have done more damage. So unlucky for Monte, but still, they've got full control here of this site. Well, that's probably going to seal the deal here. Maze just going to grab the M4 off the ground and try to save it towards the B site. Probably will be afforded the opportunity too, because Monte doesn't want to lose these guns either. Their money's quite low. For on the other end, it's been the opposite. He's done absolutely everything you could possibly ask for of an offer on T side, but there it is. He does get the opener through the train and the smoke, or at least through the wall and the smoke. Yeah, this is not going to be easy for Monte, especially considering there's only 20 seconds left. They've got to go, and they've got to go now. Mace forced off a little bit thanks to that flashbang, but now he's come right back out, staring towards E-Box. Misses all of his shots, though, and that allows 3 Monte players to walk out. Now he's under a ton of pressure. Does manage to get Afro towards TCon, and then Paz takes care of Gizmi. They're just trying to get a plant off here. Haji not going to survive, and the lean couldn't get the plant off either, so that will be a second round picked up for Fireflux. They get themselves on the board. Quite potent for them on the defensive end of Train. And Banjo going to throw a smoke through that window immediately. Hodge just walks out with Ryu. They're just blitzing onto the A side, and it's worked so far. Dougie does manage to even up the numbers at a 3v3, but they're going to continue pushing forward. Maze under a lot of pressure here over in Z. It looks like, yeah, Dougie finds himself a second on the round. Since he's gotten that op in his hands, he's looked far more comfortable, as you would expect. And now look at Banjo coming in on this flank.
Huge turnaround. Banjo feels like the extra security. Should be able to catch both backs turned right now. No one looking his way. There's one barrel spotted. Executed. Turns the attention, but Ryu still backed into a corner. Doesn't seem like Banjo's aware, but he does adjust his crosshair in time. Will cover all his bases right there. Banjo with the close, but Dougie again.
Let's see if he can do it again here. I'm not even sure they're going to bother going towards A because of how effective Dougie has been, and not to mention it's just an eco round with the hero Galil in the mix. Oh, Soulfly gets the opener, but there's the trade from the Galil. So if they keep doing that, they'll be pretty good. I mean, send out the pistols, get the Galil to get the trade, and maybe something happens here, but it's... Oh, okay, not even that. Ryu's just going to take the straight fight, take down Maze. Now a 3v3, although the trade does come in from Banjo, and then a nade does a lot of damage to Ryu. He's going to be a little more light, but he still gets himself a 30. He's just straight up taking these fights and winning them. 9 HP left, comes around the corner, finally finished off by Paz, and Paz will likely seal the deal as he gets another onto Haji. Lean, the last one standing here, Cole. And, well, that'll be it. Paz takes care of it before we can even stop talking. 4th round picked up from Fireflux. Yeah, all 5 players leaning towards B here, though, for Monte. No one lurking A side, so, yeah, I mean, it's the right site to hit, given how much presence is on that A site. Here they come. Banjo under a lot of pressure. Maze manages to get the first, and Banjo swings around for the second. They're not letting Monte get into this bomb site. Gizmy only gets one, and Banjo pops off for his second and third on the round. Nade's going to sail through into upper, but Afro is on his own in a 1v4. Things have completely melted away for Monte.
That is perfectly executed right there. About as clean as it can get in the defense.
Incendiary Storm. Oh, Ryu slips through the smoke here. He's going to find one onto Soulfly on A train. A bomb train, that is. Lean works out as well. This is just the pistols, but, I mean, they've already got so much map control. This could absolutely work out for them. Dougie. Oh, ships in the night. Through the smoke. They don't realize it. This is so bad for the CT side because they are going to have flanks that they don't even realize are in play. Already all over the A site are Monte. Maybe now they'll say, okay, well, possibility of someone being here, but Lean and Afro, and then everyone gets it on the mix for Monte. 4 frags simultaneously.
Right in the sandwich, being able to walk through and take some contact in a position that Soulfly never anticipated was a possibility. There's a good flashbang coming through. Banjo taking a duel. He commits. He sticks around for so much damage, but no actual kills converted. Gives me taken down to half, and Lean walking wounded, but opening pick manufactured, and the defense going to be slightly weakened because of it. Dougie, though, with a big answer back. Besting Afro once again in that head-to-head here.
Yeah. I mean, I think Dougie was 0-6 to start things off, and since then he's been 6-2, and it was the opposite for Afro. He was 7-1, now has been 1-5, so fortunes have shifted, and Dougie's been on the winning end of the op duel. That said, Gizmy finds some space for his squad with that frag onto Maze. Now a 3v3, Cole, and I think they've got a B lean here. Could still go A. Yeah, they've got a... Actually, I take that back. They've got 3 players in T-Con. Misreading the radar a little bit there. As they will be moving out. Have to be careful of Pop Dog. Smoke's going to get thrown in that direction for exactly that reason. Look at Dougie, though, and Soulfly. I mean, they're going to be ready to deal with this. 28 seconds left, Cole.
And kick it into high gear there. Soulfly able to just delete 2 before they lift off. There is at least a trade here. Gizmi still pretty healthy alongside Ryu. New Academy move ups here for the team, looking to give Monte a lead in the second half, but Soulfly working around these smokes unbelievably well. 3 kills in the round for him. Gizmi in a desperation effort. Knife out.
Oh!
Could have had him inside the smoke, but there's simply no time. And Fireflux going to close out the last round right there, just at the buzzer, tying things up at 6s. Already seeing more pressure being put on the map right now. Afro dual Berettas, perfect tool for the job for these up close and personal fights, but instantly bested by Dougie right there. Another opening pick for him, but the second behind him in Ryu tears through the remainder, as at least Paz with 2 P250 shots has given them a new avenue right there, giving them a little bit of life. But there's a lot of utility that just fell to the floor, and the bomb as well. Ryu has control of that. Now is shifting his focus towards Browndells, the next point of attack here. Perfectly handled. Moved around right now. They're going to switch positions. Is he going to turn around? No, his back is turned.
Yeah,
Okay, he did turn it right. Just in time. Paz not quite connecting, but neither is Ryu. Low HP. Can he win the duel? He does eventually. Here's the follow-up as well. Ace in the pistol round for Ryu as he keeps his team. No question. Big time impact right there. Open up on the pistol, and why not run it back to see if Gizmi can get more rolling. Back to turn now for him. So free Pickens. Looking for another ace, maybe. Paz is going to give it to him back to back. No!
Oh.
Denied right there. Paz not going to let it slide, and Afro will come through with the close. Pretty quick there for Monte to scale up for these first 2 rounds. Both pistols converted. 30 seconds left here. A lot of time burnt off the clock, and the rotation starting to really join forces. There's 2 mollies on this A side right now, and the spam coming through is just suffocating this offense. They can't make it out of T-Con. They certainly can't make it out of Pop, and it's a completely dominant round right there coming through from Monte.
And Dougie's trying to come in here. Oh, Gizmi will have the edge. I'm just going to throw that Molotov to try and get Gizmi out of position, and he obviously gets the audio cue as well. So he knows the player's there. Afro misses the shot towards Pop Dog, but Gizmi's there to support, gets one before he falls himself, and then Afro is allowed to be more comfortable from E-Box and frag Paz as well. 4v2 in favor of Monte. Maze waiting for Dougie to get in position, but time is quickly running out. He's got to make a move, and he comes around this corner and gets nothing.
We're gonna have to just see Dougie have to fall back with this AWP in hand.
Here are the nades again, and I mean, they do get into T-Con quickly here, so that's a good play. Is Dougie close by? I don't know. It doesn't really matter. They're just blitzing onto the site. Let's see if they can win these duels. So far, not good. Gizmi with 2. Haji does fall, but Ryu and Gizmi are farming away here on this A site. Dougie, again, does manage to ring true, but he is the last one standing in a 1v3, stuck at E-Box between 2 smokes.
Oh my god. Absolutely dominant right now. Dougie, though, could give him a chance here. Able to fire his op shot this time around. A couple of them, in fact. Still kind of boxed in, but a chance to make things work from this condensed position. Suffocated by the defense, and it will be Afro not letting him slide out of position. Denied.
4 players left for Fireflux, all spread out across the map, although B is the lean. Afro misses the shot this time. Dougie might be able to blindside him, and he does. Okay, that's B space gained here. No one else on the site. Monte has to completely rotate around, meaning a bomb plant, has been secured.
Numbers punched in here. Could find themselves a little bit of life here left. Perfect flashbang. Soulfly goes chasing, and he manages to contain his aim just in time. A little chaotic right there, but some security found in this round right now. Even more manufactured. Maze sidelines Haji might want to get the saves rolling. They've got plenty of money in their back pocket, but looking to do some exit damage gets bested. And Fireflux, they've got a little bit more left to say. You're not ready to get swept on this.
Monte still has a 5-round lead. Oh, nice shot from Afro again. Is that the 4th opening frag for him? Anyway, Dougie responds immediately with his op to get Haji, so that evens out the numbers at a 4v4 and takes away the advantage that Fireflux had attempted to gain. Nade's going to sail through. Ryu hunkered down here in the corner, right outside of T-Con. And Maze gets another one for himself onto Afro. That's a great frag to find on the Opera for Monte, because now it's a 4v3 and one of their best players so far is gone. Although their best one is still up and running in Ryu.
Yeah, a player that's shown some comfort offering up these big multi-kills here, still in the server. As finds another one. They're piecing these duels up effectively.
Jeez.
Shifting up this defense. Having to now try and make the long rotation on in. It's up to Gizmy to buy time. Oh, but there's just too many targets. They all slide on his screen. On the skates. We'll be able to escape here. And again, now it just seems like Lean look to hold on to his rifle. Still wants to give this one a bit of a look-see, and that quickly gets shut down.
And I think he's heard something or realized something, because he's ready for fights here. He's got his teammate with him in Ryu. Good place for Ryu to be. Ryu manages to get Banjo. Lean a little bit trapped. Yeah, there was nothing he could do. Soulfly just domes him. Ryu continues to have impact, though, despite the bomb being planted here. It's a 4v3.
It's about being able to take some more map control right now away from this squad. If you can push the issues on train here, take some space, it could be huge. But right now they're still stuck kind of in the back lines of this site. Not easy and a little condensed to work off of. That op shot opening things up, though. Breathing new
for the flank.
life into him, and Afro misses his shot, but you're exactly right. The flank comes through, deals with the op of Dougie, knowing that there's a player back of Thomas, but doesn't matter. Maze is quick to dismiss the aggression. Just a 1v2. Soulfly looking to keep his team alive. I think he's done his job.
He's done it.
There's no time. That'll do it.
Wow. In a man disadvantaged situation, post-plant, they still pull it off, and
got themselves a great foundation, a great lead to build on here, but about closing is a whole different story, and Haji finds two to open things up. Manufacturing some success. Haji just full steam ahead as well. He's unrelenting right now. He's just covered off all of Ivy. He continues to press the issue, and they're going to know exactly what's next because Haji's so quick on this flank. They're going to go clear up T-Con, and I think you're just going to see the whole team shift.
Wow, that's Haji taking the round completely on his shoulders and saying, I've got this one, both in terms of the map control and the frags. Now they can pretty much fully rotate towards the B site. Missed shot by Afro. Could make things a little bit troubling. Oh, what a deagle headshot from Ryu, though, onto Paz. Leaves Dougie on an island here with the op. Only gets one more before he falls. So Monte do snuff that attempted comeback, and it will be 13-10 as the final score here.
This Monte team, that there is some struggles. I'm sure they'll look to lean on some of the experience of a player like Afro and Haji, try and pull through on this defense. But fortunately for them, they do get to select the T side here to start off. And so far, not meeting a lot of resistance right now in A main. It's conceded, but they're falling back very passive. Great coverage coming through, but they fight for the control, and Haji jumping around the corner. Afro and Haji finding their kills. Wow. And Haji, again, picking up right where he left off on that last map, which is so much impact to open things up. Dougie left last man standing, a bit stranded right there. Afro will come in for the close, and it's two Frenchmen.
No head armor here, and that becomes more of a problem in the early rounds because it's not just AKs on the other side, it's MAC-10s, which, you know, the head armor will matter against those. Anyway, Banjo does get the opener onto Ryu, so far so good for Fireflux, unless SMG force buy. Mortar strike comes through from Lean. Banjo is lucky to be alive at one singular point of health.
Hanging in there, but just barely. Dougie wants to continue to press the issue, which could be good there, especially with the help, but flying right by into the crosshair. There's still some diligence to deal with on this T side. Good for a quick bounce back. Slowed down at the seam at the moment. A side could be captured here, especially with the low HP, but they got to get onto this bomb, so they got to try and lock in the digits. That camera smoke can help them do just that.
I mean, they should have control enough here. Yeah, there we go. Still being very cautious about their approach, but in this post plan, I'd still favor Monte. One, because Banjo's on 1 HP, and also because they've got the rifles here, and they're not going to plant the bomb. They are going to fade off. That was a fake I like it. I like it a lot. They're going to quietly move their way towards A. Fireflux is like, what's going on? How could they have possibly done this? And Banjo is going to realize it soon enough. They're going to walk up because they don't know how close Monte might be. They've completely rotated around. Gizmy going to toss that nade out. Get that plant down to dirt here on A. That said, Banjo gets the opener even with only 1 point of health. Now he's got himself and Maze in a 2v1. Gizmy has to be dealt with. They don't have a smoke. Only the flashbang here. Gizmy's falling back. He's forcing them to chase as far as possible. Banjo goes down. Gizmy has to reload. He gets the reload off. Now Maze going to try to go back towards the site. He's only got the flashbang. Gonna stick it. He's got the kit. He might get this one. He's absolutely got it. Oh my goodness. Gizmy, even though he gets the reel off, loses his life at the end of the round. I think you just have more information going towards, like, if you plant towards the A site, right? Like, because you already know no one could be behind you and that they're probably grouped up in front and different angles. Anyway, we don't have to break it down any further. It's done now. Ryu and Haji are going to get 3 combined here, 4v2 in favor of Monte. This time around, they're looking to leave nothing in doubt.
Yeah, I like the way things are shaping up here already. A bit of chaos thrown in right there. It's going to be a difficult retake if they even want to make it happen here. They're sticking around here. They're looking like they want to inch their way forward. I'm a little bit surprised as the time continues to tick. They eventually make the decision to fall back. They will. Gonna eventually call it right there. Not much of a chance to move into this retake here. Will be sealed on up.
All right. So no for... wait. There's further damage. Maze is going to get Afro, so that doesn't really matter. Afro was on the hunt. He had only a deagle. A little bit of aggression on the Fireflux side. Dougie's already up close and personal. He wants to get out here. He will and catch them almost off guard. Shots go wide, though, and Lean survives with 40 HP and gets that frag. Banjo will be falling back towards the site proper here.
We have some cool utility right there towards the entrance of A main. Still got a man down. They still got to take that A main control back. That smoke not going to necessarily do a whole lot in keeping Monte away from this site. Well, and they will queue up the aggression, but the perfect flashbang here just at the right time. Scales Banjo back. They hear the footsteps retreating. How's the utility to follow it up? Banjo playing it off. They go Maze capitalizing now. Beautiful 1-2 punch coming through from this duo. And they never give up on the fight right there. Eventually chased down.
Soulfly, I thought he was going to run B as well, Cole, as you were mentioning, but he does come back here, and this is probably enough. MP9 should do it. There's one. 5 seconds left. No time to plant. After is just on a wild goose chase, and Soulfly will end the round. So the force by wars continue here. Let's see if they try to go for it again. It is just the Tech 9's Deagle. They do have an AK in the mix. Nice Molotov thrown. Soulfly is forced to throw a smoke. Paz holding the fort. No, actually goes down. Lean, great trade coming through. There's Haji with a frag on the Soulfly. The AK rings true. And now Fireflux are scrambling to get back into position here after they've lost that B site.
Yeah, those B side executes have been very effective so far. They continue to work some spacing here. The retake on.
This smoke from Dougie, that's gonna trigger the save. Not necessarily a significant enough one to ensure or give them the very favored odds. Banjo's gonna walk out here and he's flashed. It doesn't matter. He still gets 2 onto Ryu and Lean, and there you go, 5v3 just like that.
Big way to open it up right there. That's what you need to see. Banjo again, just a dominant force on this side of the map. It's starting to look like it's not an option. Getting taken down like that from Banjo, and now last-ditch effort into Maze towards middle. And a 1-for-1 is something you can certainly afford with the advantages that were set.
I think it was back in the second round, and tried to plant there and lost that one, but every time they start at the A site, the round is a loss. So let's see. Still got a chance here, and they've actually managed to take the control of B. So great work from that, and very little damage taken in the process. So still a chance at taking this round. Afro goes through the smoke, gets the headshot instantly on Dougie. What a huge play to make. And now, oh, it's going to get a little tougher. And indeed, it'll still be Paz securing the round for Fireflux. Monte cannot do it. Fireflux thought that smoke was enough previously to get things pushed back towards the other site. But Dougie will get the opener here, as you guys saw, onto Haji. Again, are going back to A, and there's 2 players around camera. This is going to be tough. Gizmy's going to have to come up with some big frags here and still be able to have an impact on this take. Nothing.
A little bit more to crack through here, but Dougie just has a stranglehold on this. Not gonna let this one slip. Opens it up. They're gonna close it down. Afro with a couple of kills, still managed to make something happen.
Which it was very good. But, I mean, it's an entirely different map. Anubis has not been the same for them on the defensive end. May's going to hop around there. Great movement, but it's not enough. Gizmy going to get that headshot right after Soulfly finds Lean off camera. Banjo. Waiting here. Going to get one onto Ryu, so that makes it a 4v3 and a strong one because Gizmy's down to 10 HP. Again, they go back to this A site. They haven't even touched B for 3 rounds in a row, have Monte. Haji going to get the bomb planted here. 2v4, still a chance for them to pull this off here in the post plant.
Easy to sort their way through, but that's a big help. Afro looking to split up this defense here. Haji still has the line held. But finally, after long last, we're going to see Fireflux take control here.
And, okay, wow. Okay, Haji. All right. Hero AK coming through. Around 2 Glocks only. Ryu just charging up to his doom. I like the gusto, but it's not going to materialize into anything. Although he does do a lot of damage against Maze. I just don't understand the A-lean. I don't get it. I mean, for Monte, with how good they've been towards B, it's not like they've been rebuffed either. It's not like they've been going there and getting rebuffed and they can't find the space on the B site. They've just fully committed to A round after round. And this is an eco, so it doesn't really matter as much, but still. Soulfly gonna spray down Gizmy. Oh, nice boost. Haji is gonna get Banjo, but they've still got Maze to deal with, who is low, so maybe that damage done earlier on counts, and it does! Lean with the headshot from the Glock, and all of a sudden, we've got a round here.
Oh, Haji. Oh, he fights forward. Pass. How does he track that inside the smoke? What a ridiculous transfer right there. HE to blow it open. Effort to avoid contact. Almost lines up the spam, but instead Afro returns the favor. And Soulfly with a chance here to pull through a big clutch. Can he bring it on home? Pulling through the contact right now is going to be incredibly challenging. Baits out of one of these players here in the back of the site. Lean not giving him anything to work off of, and he's not going to stick around too long.
Especially given the fact that the buy-up isn't that great for Fireflux, Cole.
Distribution on in. Again, the success remains towards this B side here. A couple of entries. Still have Soulfly in the back of the scene. Looking to do some follow-up damage. Low HP, but he's landed headshots. It doesn't matter. Afro takes a little bit to register. Has coverage on E-Box. Not going to let one slide through. And they haven't yet prioritized a bomb plate. They're still very diligent about the way they play out this round. Placed Molly, but a little bit shallow. Like you're gonna have a really difficult time getting out of E-Box here at this point.
I don't think he does. Nope. Not gonna happen for Dougie. Monte, successful again at the B site. Problem is still the economy really never got a chance to stabilize at all for either side, especially for Fireflux here on their CT side. So the buy-up's not going to be great, and they lose their rifle immediately. Haji catches off one towards bridge.
A different path forward here. With victory here, trying to maybe move past the smoke into the A side. Banjo on the scene, double up. Looked like those MP9s could really tear through them, but 3 buffed at the moment, and doesn't seem like there's an easy opportunity to really seal this one on in. I'm gonna try the luck and slide on into a retake here, given that it is the last round of the half, but not gonna be easy whatsoever. picking SoFly. Knocks one out there, catches Haji on a little bit of a sideline, but other than that, it's all contained.
All taken care of there by Monte. All right, here we go. Pistol round underway. Patient approach from Fireflux. Maybe not. We got a player going out towards mid and B. Afro does get one, traded by Paz immediately. And again, we have a bit of a pause in the action. Paz will drop down. What a shot from Haji on a falling Paz. Razor sharp.
Oh,
and
man.
then gets a follow-up as well. Finally does fall, but he gives his team the man edge to work with and the information that the bomb is coming in from E-Box. Ryu will put another one down, and Maze, just surrounded, has to fight his way out of this. Does get one, and a second and the third! Maze, the 1v3 clutch, and Fireflux, although it looked like they were going to fall by the wayside. Maze with the heroics.
Not as much damage as I would have hoped, I'd imagine, though.
Waiting. Gonna spray down Haji. And Lean says, you know what? It's probably best if I fall back to the A site here. No sense in throwing my life away for nothing. As he will tuck himself into the cubby here. Fireflux off of that frag. Oh boy, they're swarming B. Lean has no support. I think he's just going to wait behind the smoke until reinforcements arrive. There's really no choice for him. If he takes a fight, he'll probably die instantaneously. There's one coming through Palace now, so maybe he can activate. He's going to stick the plant. Lean trying to come out here. Gizmy can't get anything, but Lean will get one before he falls as well. Afro and Ryu, they're just going to save. Unless Ryu gets one through the smoke. Maybe that's enough? No. They're just going to save their guns here, Cole.
And again, the reads right now from Fireflux seeming perfect. Walking past the smoke. That's what needs Utah out. Maze with another opening pick right now. He is absolutely unstoppable. And the space he facilitates gives his team even more ground to work off of.
I mean, this is kind of what we were expecting to see from Monte on their T side, but they fell a little bit flat and continued to go towards an A site that wasn't working for them in the early goings.
Being able to save is even a difficulty right there.
Oh my god. No way. Assuming they need it, they'll only have one more loss allowed, because it will be 12 after this for Fireflux if Monte can't get around on the board. There's an opener from Afro onto Banjo, and Lean gets Soulfly as well. Finally, things starting to trend a little bit in Monte's direction. Dougie still holding here at bridge.
Execute on towards this B side when he needs to go a little wrong, trying the trusted method. And oh, it's a beautiful opening there from Dougie this time.
Uh-oh. This is not trending well now, Cole. I mean, 2 frags come through Dougie, another one. Ryu has to stand on his head here towards the A site. He's up against the bomb carrier, running out of bullets in the magazine, has to go for the reload as the Molotov sails in, trapping him in A main. But he still managed to slip through. Actually, there was a gap. He jumps on top of Kink and doesn't get the frag despite the aggression. Afro now with a ton of work ahead of him. Incendiary flies up, but he's surrounded. He gets one, but now has to be aware of Dougie coming in on the flank. Afro around the corner. Oh, sees that Dougie's there, so he's going to toss that smoke onto the bomb and then goes for the fight. It doesn't work. Dougie wins it, a 3v5 victory for Fireflux.
Dominant CT side.
Yeah, but whereas in that situation, oh, okay, well, maybe they'll be able to get back in this one. I was going to say, well, in that situation, it felt like Fireflux had something going in every single round, just that Monte kept on coming out on top, and now finally, Monte's getting themselves activated here in this second half of Anubis. But, I mean, what I was going to say is Fireflux have looked extremely dominant. Like, they have been so good, even in the man disadvantage situations, and even here. Thought for a second that Soulfly was going to pull this one back, but this one should be a sure thing. Bomb control not in Monte's hands yet, but only 27 seconds left. A 4v1 should be there. There we go. This time they pull it off. Their first round.
They've had a lot of success through the E box and into the B side, with Maze being the key piece of aggression.
Oh, Mace doesn't get anything there, and Gizmy finds himself a two-piece. 4v3, but a light one, because Gizmy's down to 19 HP. Good smoke thrown, giving Haji some cover here to fire up some rounds, but can't get the frags. Gizmy will get one no-scope from Dougie. 2v2. Fireflux trying to close it out here and now. Afro spots up the hand as the util is tossed in his direction. He's trying to go ahead of the smoke, throws the flash instead for his teammate to try and get out of E-box. Now Rio will get one, only one, traded out 1v1 for the map. Fireflux trying to close this one out. Afro doesn't have the smoke, but he does have an incendiary. He can try tossing that, but no kit's going to make things difficult for him to try and stick that defusal. He knows that the pressure is on. Soulfly up close, and Afro hits the flick onto him. 16th frag of the map, and he is the hero to give them a 9th and keep them on Anubis.
Pretty good utility at that. Left behind the smoke, HE to try and blow past it. They don't get any visual right now. They're still stuck behind this utility here, and sidearm whipped out.
Oh.
3 players trying to roll on into the site. Gizmy having a good hold on things, and Monte just suffocate that round out. Showing that they can bring a cohesive defense in that last round. Oh. Afro eliminated. Soulfly ready to put this one to rest. Unless Rio can come through with a 3K and one up his performance. Hanging in there. Banjo and Paz left to inspire new life right now. Very low on health for one, but expecting the aggression. There's Banjo. He was the player with health down. Flashbang in the face. Paz overwhelmed. And Monte hang in there for a little while longer.
Rio could be huge still, but we'll see.
There's all this map control here for the
Nothing
said valuable, but nothing out of Rio this time. His heroics denied. And it is a fairly empty A-bomb site. They're already claiming it. Gizmy wondering where on earth his competition is.
What?
Haji just snaps Maze out of the round. Straight through the smoke. It's Gizmy that's going to get flanked, though. Full control. Thinking it was safe there. 4v2 now. It's got to be Haji or Lean that could be a hero in this situation. In the pose plant.
Unreal. Haji and Lean. No choice. Gotta go. Haji make some noise. They're gonna have to. Dougie, what a shot. That's probably gonna seal it up. Haji, no real time. Has to get 4 frags. Refusal just, it can't happen. It won't happen. 13-11 for Fireflux. They hang in there despite an incredible effort from Monte.
Again, when, you know, maybe Maze can say, hey, I go kill. that could be a really good redeeming factor here. Haji, though, sharp on these USBs, man. He's been very precise. Gonna get run down here, though, eventually. And Maze has been his big kryptonite here. Not being able to track down these kills. Pistol looking very likely. And already the positions shaping up to be pretty well put together here. Couple sets of dual Berettas can at least offer up some redemption, but they had to close the distance.
That smoke could help. Let's see. Coming through here. Nope, not really. Afro's gone. Gizmy does manage to get one, but he has to do so much more, and yeah, it's not going to happen. Ryu with the dualies will fall as well. Dougie deals the killing blow, and Monte are going to go down again here.
Able to actually sneak out and off despite it being a 3rd round bye. So it's a luxury. And mid-control a priority right now. Mace, again, man. Another T-side rifle opening kill for him. He's just so on the scene. Able to provide another duel here.
I think it's almost beneficial that Fireflux ended up on T-side here to start off the map. Soulfly and Maze have been ridiculous going for those entries. It's not like their positioning is terrible. Right? But eventually you have to find an answer, and it's just not there. Save is on for Monte.
Not able to slide by the smoke. Extra flashes to make sure that they can't contain it. But all that distraction, it cues up a good reaction from Fireflux to scale out to an open A bomb site. Now getting past this off, jiggling out the shot. Afro not able to connect, but it's a bit of an awkward spacing. lining up with each other. It's going to be a very dominant hold here. Soulfly down low. Maze finally being able to activate. They're suspicious about his lurking out towards middle, but that's not the case. He's joined up with his teammate now. Soulfly down low. Position's looking a little too strong. Haji caught a little surprised here. Oh, he certainly is. Big time kill right there from Soulfly. Still, you have to get the numbers punched in, though. And it's on a short timer of when they can do that. They have to do it now. Soulfly risking it by planting forward and continuing to take fights. But he has access. There's going to be no attack coming through from this defense. Not just yet. Gives me... Gonna look to deny, doesn't quite do that, but at least finds the kill. Puts it into a 1v3. Can Maze step forward for another round here for his team? Op elevated angle here from Afro, really well placed. And Monte gonna be on the board.
Nades thrown as well. I think they should have mid control. Good flash is thrown. Yeah, absolutely. Gizmy is gonna get the headshot onto Soulfly. And now Lean, the follow-up against Paz, makes it a 5v3 immediately here in the first 20 seconds of the round.
They're still going for it here. Smokes in, flashbangs to follow it up. They've got to win this duel in towards cave, though. Spam continues to reign true. Now they spot the double setup here. Does Banjo want to turn that corner? Does he dare test this? Molly gonna force him into the fight. That's gonna quite burn them out here, but one quick kill Gizmy will save it from any more struggles right there.
But Ryu will have full visibility, and that might be the difference maker here for Monte. Now he's got support as well. Oh, gets nothing. There's Maze. Opening frag down. No follow-up yet, but there it is after Gizmy gets 2. Brings it down to a 3v3. No smoke, though, means that getting this bomb planted down to dirt is going to be exceptionally difficult. And finally, Maze does fall, but Soulfly is right there playing the buddy system to pick up the AK. He is the last one standing in a 1v3. Good position to try and clutch it, though. They don't realize he's here. They don't realize he's here. He gets 2 for free. Almost flicks for the third as well. Lean will save the day for Monte, but that one got very close.
Absolutely give him that trust here. Nice line from Afro. Important to see him step up here with some comfortable shots. That's exactly one of them. Maze has slipped the gap, though.
But he's holding his nerve for now. And given the way this is trending, with Maze having picked up an op off the ground. Yeah, okay, Gizmy does eventually activate, so everything I was saying doesn't matter. Haji is going to find one onto Banjo. Lean gets Paz, and it will be a 1v3 for Soulfly, but, I mean, a bomb plant is possible. He decides not to, even though Gizmy's giving him the space. Now Gizmy won't. And whoa! I thought Gizmy had it. No, Soulfly wins the duel, and he runs out of time anyway. It doesn't matter.
Very rough bounced Molly. Not going to keep them at bay here. They're going to tuck inside of cave. Soulfly dodging the flash here. The AK looking to follow it up, but they just sequenced that duel perfectly between Lean and Haji. They deal with both players.
Whoever the damage has been done to, it doesn't really make that much of a difference here. 23 seconds left on the clock, and Fireflux have to make a move. Do they realize it's Cubby? Ooh, Lean's hiding here. They haven't really cleared it. Yep, good timing. Pops out, gets one and the second with only 7 HP. Health didn't matter there as Haji wrapped up the last in the trade. Monte get another round, 6 in a row now.
You know, a little bit more of a stabilized roster, maybe a IGL that could try and land the adjustments midway through, but that's not a luxury right now. Afro pressured, whips out the sidearm, no kills. That Glock runs him down in a deagle. Execution towards A this time with the smokes to back them up. Gives them leverage. Damage done as well. Dougie will fall with the AWP. It's not recovered either. Shadows seen. Can't track the kill for Haji. A little bit messy on the spray. Will lead to a save. Called out there.
Yeah. Gonna be conservative here. Will not get a 7th in a row. Fireflux just blitzing into that site on what was effectively just a half buy, and 3 more players die to the bomb. Not positioned well. Paz, Maze, and Gizmy gone. Not forgetting that this is going to end up being a little bit of a marathon for one of these teams. Oh, Lean threading the needle there. Getting Paz right through the box, and Ryu's also going to get Banjo. So now a 4v3 in favor of Monte. We're going to have an engagement on his hands very shortly as Soulfly is moving up. Lean off camera, gets Dougie, and then a leg shot onto Soulfly means that Fireflux
a lot as well. I think they're scheduled for another game after this, so
Yeah.
not too
I guess
I
everyone's
don't know
playing,
how
right?
that's gonna work if Fireflux win this, but either way, Monte right now looking to be the team that gains the control. I'm just gonna get punched in here. And great step right there from Gizmi, baiting out the shot, falling back. That's beautiful. Doesn't overcommit, has that A main flank coming through there, denies the bomb plant, most importantly. Off to a bit of a slow start on this map, but they really stepped it up when they got the rifles out.
Yeah, I love that little detail that we mentioned by Gizmi at the end of the round, just making a little bit of noise to pull the bomb planter off of it, and it was enough time for the flank to come through and deal with the bomb before it was even planted to dirt, which means money is a little bit lighter for Fireflux here in this final round of play in the first half than they would like. Haji walks up, steps into it, gets a couple. Maze and Banjo strike back, and now they make it a 2v1. Maze has been quiet for a little bit, but now he's come through, and even though he loses Banjo, he's still in a great spot potentially to try and clutch this one out. Maybe a little less so because he needs to go get the bomb, but he's kind of feeling it this round. See if his crosshair delivers him one more frag to get the 5th round on the board for Fireflux. Mace going into it. Double doors where Gizmi is hiding, and he spots him first but can't finish the job. Gizmi might regret that shortly. Gizmi will lose the bomb more than likely, but he knows that Maze has to walk up there. That smoke is so huge. Gizmi's going to spam a little bit. Maze knows it. Now he's going to toss the nade in. Gizmi moving up quickly. Incendiary comes through. And now a smoke onto it. They are just playing the mind games with each other. Goodness me. Trying to outthink the other are both Gizmi and Maze. And Maze will run all the way towards the A site. There's the bomb plant secured. Wow.
Still on the hunt right now. Gizmi not showing any hesitation, and Flashbang doing some good work here trying to take this fight, though. Maze hiding so effectively behind the default box. Has that element of surprise and steps forward for the kill. Composure from Maze. Silent contact approach working really well up against this setup in particular. Maze now going to be smoked off, hoping for some spam, I'd imagine, and as that doesn't connect here. Monte have themselves a world to work off of here in this post play now. What's the next step? I mean, having cave control I think is already good enough. Sometimes teams like to take long, but that's not going to be the case. They're putting all their eggs in the basket of cave, and I think they're rewarded handsomely with the couple of kills that Rhea's already identified. Make it a 3rd. 4th not found. They're up against the 2 guns of Banjo, but the job mostly done already by Ryu. Yeah. And Maze, somehow the last man standing, the sole B defender that gave that space, was hoping his teammates could maybe transfer a little bit more. Now he's going to get hunted, and Monte comfortable on the pistol, and it's rubbed in.
Maybe. We'll see if they wise up. I think getting the play... Okay, well, it's going to be Fireflux just running out and taking the fight, which actually doesn't favor them. If they just waited a little bit longer, they probably would have had a good fight with the Galil in their hands on that site, but still Banjo gets 2! Despite losing a couple of players on an attempted push down ramp, Banjo's holding his own. Now he's got the util out. Smoke comes down.
We'll play smoke there. Maze now with the rifle, and he was the only other player alongside Banjo that bought armor. It's overlooked. They don't expect him to already be positioned. Bomb going to be denied. Oh, Lean getting at the utility. Or rather, the bomb out.
Put the bomb out. Bad, but it's not great either. And the util situation is abysmal. Only a flashbang left. They're just going to try and walk it onto the A site. Banjo continuing to deliver frags with that Galil. Soulfly supporting. Fireflux have got new life breathed into them off of that eco round victory.
Don't let Banjo get a hold of that Galil, man. Okay, he's dropped it at least. Afro said enough is enough. But the damage certainly done. Lean really hoping for something with this Tech 9. 2 long range right there. Headshot connected, but nothing more. Afro left a little bit rattled. Looking at a wall right now, but opposition remains on the other end of it. Certainly looking to get boxed out of this one. Looking with the op right now. That's the line. Afro just hoping that there's someone behind that box right there. Not the case. The op beast up the last kill. And it is economy shattered for Monte, and more importantly, Flux building into the second half. On this T side that they can really work off of. Soulfly, though, in a prime position here. Elevated angle, but he's got a lot of targets on his hands. He's got his teammate to back him up, though. Soulfly needs a multi. Banjo instead delivers smoke in their face. Perfectly placed by Banjo. And that scares them off. They're going to wait this out. 20 seconds left. There's not a lot of time for readjustments, and Banjo committed on this site. They move past the smoke, but Banjo still yet to reveal himself in the back of this long side. It's an important headshot from Haji, but the molly could burn him down. 10 seconds left to try and plant in the digits. Haji moves away from the site, far away. They got to win this through elimination. He's got to try this plant, but a trade comes through from Ryu at the last second.
Not going to be given to him, as Paz has fallen back to cave.
Execution here, so much utility raining forward. Flux left a little bit rattled right now, and Gizmi moving past the smoke. Good coverage from Banjo. There's still a player within the confines of that smoke, and they can't get past the long side, let alone trying to deal with this player inside the smoke here. Afro with a couple of deagle shots, looking to handle business, but that's all. Flux, they plant the flag on this B bomb site. There was way too many numbers to get past right there for Monte. Seems very likely here. Unless they can do any damage. Afro is able to facilitate a couple of shots with his deagle in the last round. And, well, able to catch one again there. That's a nasty shot.
This should be a relatively clean finish for Flux, unless we see another ridiculous deagle shot come through, because they've got the bodies here, like you were mentioning, Cole. And Banjo actually forced off a little bit. Maybe a bomb plant could come through here. Pressure on from Gizmi, but he can't do it. Banjo pulls up the pistol. Bomb plant. There it is. Yes, Afro gets another frag. A chance here. Afro and lean, but no. Afro now the last one standing. Needs to do it all. Gets the first. There's a gun on the ground. He picks it up. AWP in his hands. Is there a smoke available? Yes, there is. So smoke can get tossed here. Likely can just stick to defusal. There's the incendiary. Is it tossed far enough? No.
He's running through.
Defusal will come through. No, defusal comes through. He didn't get the incendiary thrown far enough. Yeah.
Maybe CS2 lending himself to a little bit of swinging, but right now, smoke spam doing a good job of defending right there. Paz catches the opening. Afro's got to deal with this presence right now.
A little bit of spam coming through there. Nice nades, and the incendiaries, Molotov's great as well. But yeah, Afro's going to get that shot onto Maze. That makes Paz's life so difficult. They know he's here. He tries to drop down and get the jump on them, but it doesn't work. Haji, headshot. Now that B site's at risk of falling here, and even more so. Great spray transfer from Ryu. Dougie does manage to salvage one frag out of it, but, I mean, the round is probably over. Op in his hands, position known. They just have to wait him out. As Monte will likely be on for 11. No reason to peek at all. They know it because he's got the op in his hands, and, well, Afro waits and hits that shot perfectly. Monte back in the lead.
And Maze going to be isolated from his teammate. HE to blow up in the smoke. Heat-seeking missile is lean. Right on target. Great entry pathing coming through from him. And there's the advantage manufactured by Monte already. And again, there's just 2 flashes left on the CT side to save the day. Gonna have to lean on the firepower, the op presence here. Maybe even a gamble stack. Paz calling it a bit clearer right now, but he's blasted out of the server by Gizmi. Monte looking to take over. And instead of falling back for a save, Dougie has planted his feet on this B bomb site. He's committed, and he doesn't last long.
Yeah. That's unfortunate. Banjo, yeah, spam through the smoke there. Was hoping to have some impact there with the deagle, but it does not happen. Soulfly on for the save, but unbeknownst to him, Ryu's right around the corner. Did Ryu spot him? I don't think so. I think he's just doubling back towards mid. He's in the right spot. Soulfly, he's tempted. But he hasn't given the temptation. Stays hungry around the corner. Now he goes out and he loses the battle against Ryu, which means no rifle saved over. Only $1,900 for most of the players here.
They've worked their way through Middle. Oh, they're burning the flames. That might help
this?
them out.
Yeah.
They're going to collapse on this mid side, but they're no longer with any flashbangs here. The collapse working through, but Ryu tearing through the defense. 3 kills. Ready to close out this map and series. Monte walking in the plant here, starting that timer for what feels like the inevitable maze. With the Deagle in a 1v3. Still on scene here. Tries to step forward there, but lean to close it out. Monte, the victors, they will be playing up against the side of Astrum later down the line to see who's going to be moving forward top in the groups. And a great win there with the bounce back on Ancient.